So the rate of depression and mental illness in the law firms is much, much higher than I think most other professions. And that has a combination of factors. One is the sort of A-type personalities that we tend to have in the profession, as well as the stressful environment that is a law firm, and the demands of client service. And I think you bring those two things together, you have people that are ambitious, trying to achieve and having to deliver on short timelines. We need to have the appropriate leadership here. People need to, we're all very busy, and at times it's, you just want to get through what's on your desk, but it's actually a role of ours as leaders to make sure we make the time for people and make sure they feel like they can come and speak to us no matter how busy we are, that it is an open door policy. That is critical. People are very good at masking issues. They're very good at coming in and playing the model associate or model partner role, and so it really then comes out missing deadlines, work that's of lesser quality than they would normally produce, absences. They're usually the most apparent, but you have some that are a little bit more visible. They may seem more emotional. They may, not take conversations that you would otherwise think would be perfectly normal. They may take in a different way or react in a different way. So there's a variety of signs. I think reaching out to a colleague, if you can do, and develop the courage is really important, because we're not going to be able to solve all issues. There's no doubt about it. But from what I have seen in my experiences, once someone does reach out, there is an awful lot that can be done, and in fact it's like taking a weight off their shoulders often. It's sharing. I mean, I always say, a problem shared is a problem halved, and in fact, depending on the individual, coping mechanisms are all often around sharing, and just knowing that someone else is out there that is feeling the same way can make a huge difference. Even basic things like, saying good morning in the morning, being engaged, asking someone how their day was or how their weekend was, are hugely important. And I encourage people also to bring in photos of their family or things that are important to them, have them on their desk, make their life really real. In terms of getting people to open up, there are a whole variety of different ways of going about it, and sometimes a direct conversation isn't going to work. You could look at, as I mentioned before, that some of the signs of people not coping are the fact that their work quality, for example, or their timeliness doesn't seem to be as it used to be. Trying to raise that in a very non-confrontational, supportive manner and say, look, I know you're great and usually you produce fantastic work, but it just seems like there may be something going on. So it's not criticising the work, it's actually using it as an inroad to having a conversation about what's going on in their lives. Sometimes people only just want to be heard, they need to be listened to. And so it's not about thinking about fixing it, and I think that's something that's really critical. If you think you have to be able to fix everything, you're never going to have a conversation because you don't know how that's going to play out.